Hi there, Marriott Martinez here, and I am so excited that the Scaling New Heights 2025 Make It So mobile app is available. Now, sometimes you're like, not another app, but this is one you don't want to miss out on if you're attending the Scaling New Heights Accounting Conference. Here are some great tips to get started. First off, let's go ahead and download the app. Whether you are an Android or an iPhone, you'll want to find it in your app store, and it's going to be called the Woodard Events app. And then you'll want to go ahead and install it and then open it. Once it's open, it looks just like this. Now, the easiest way to get through this app is to start here on the home, which is the bottom left icon. And then you're going to basically go from left to right after it's been set up. But before you've completely set up, you'll want to go ahead and jump to the very last right icon, which is your profile. You want to make sure that your profile is up to date, and you can click here and scroll down on this particular last icon to really get an overall idea of information related to you and for you. For example, right now, if I click on my view profile, this is what everybody sees. They see a picture of me. They see my title. I can see which connections I have. They'll be able to see as well where I'm from and located. And if I added any social media links, they'll be able to just click through this easily and get right to the link. When I click back onto that right icon, you can see that I can scroll towards the bottom and there's an option to say edit profile. Again, I'm still on this bottom right icon, and let me see what kind of updates are available for me. It seems like I have some awesome people that want to connect with me. Let me go ahead and click on view all and see what this is about. So first, I have a message from my dear friend Charlotte. I can view it now. You can also see those that want to connect with you. You can dismiss the connection, but I'm sure you're going to want to view the connection first and then decide whether or not you want to accept that connection. You'll have other updates on this area, considering that it's going to be updated throughout the event. For example, it says coming soon, we'll get a personalized dashboard. That's great. But you can also look at any announcements that are going on. You can look at any pending messages that you have from others at the conference. And you can look at any pending connections. And again, when you have a chance, you'll want to go ahead and take a look at those and either accept them or ignore them. Again, I'm going to accept all of you in here with me. And then it's going to give you additional suggestions on this page, like have you looked at your profile yet? Do you want to join the conference app game? And other suggestions for this conference. So all of that is happening here on the bottom right icon, which is my event. Now that we know we are all set here, we're going to skip right back to the very first icon, which is the left icon. In this area, we have the home page. So basically everything from now on that you need to know about this conference is here in this area. Number one, jump into the discussions. The discussions is where we're all going to be hanging out. It's where we're going to go ahead and share updates, and we're going to be able to connect with one another before, during, and after the conference. This is an amazing opportunity as well for first timers to come in and start feeling connected and the warmth of our community. So definitely come in here and take a look at the Scaling New Heights community. Exhibitors is where you can start getting a sneak peek of the different exhibitors. You can check it out by category, which is very cool. Or you can just click on the list of exhibitors and it's in alphabetical order. Going back to home, you could also check out all of the featured speakers. So check those out and you will see my profile in there as well. And you can click on the sessions. And guess what, my friends? Of course, this is the most important area, other than the community area, which again, I really feel it's important for you to connect. In your schedule, let's go ahead and slow down and make sure you feel very comfortable in here. Number one, you can go ahead and click on all sessions. And when you do that, you can go ahead and basically just scroll through the entire calendar. If that feels a little overwhelming at first, you can click on the date and choose a specific date. Let's say, for example, you know for sure there's something you want to add to your calendar for Monday. I'm going to apply that filter. Now I have Monday in here. And in my case, I know I need to attend the 7 to 7:50, yes, you heard it right, the 7 a.m. Fresher Together panel because I'm going to be on that panel. So let's go ahead and click on that, and then we can click into it as well to make sure I know what's going on here in this session. Once I click on that session, you definitely want to click on show more because it's a condensed version so you can see everything that session has to offer. And here's the coolest part. You can add it to your calendar, which means it's going to automatically add to your calendar based on which calendar you use. I use Google Calendar, so I'm going to add it in there. Now check what happens. So of course, as I mentioned, it is quite a bit to scroll on all the days, but you'll want to do that, especially since you'll want to see what type of trainings there are, and you'll want to go ahead and also read the whole training and even check out where it's going to be located. So in this case, this is called a Woodard Theater event, which means it's going to be the 20-minute power sessions that are happening inside of the exhibit hall. But as you start getting to know your calendar, you can also click over here on the My Schedule, which is on the right to all sessions. What that's going to do, it's going to give you your condensed version of your schedule. So for example, now let me go ahead and take a look at Monday. And on Monday, do you see I've already chosen to attend the Fresher Together. So then I am definitely going to be attending that because I can easily click on my schedule and I know that I can attend that because it's on my calendar. What's going to be automatically in your calendar as well will be the main stages that we don't want you to miss, and also the time for the open exhibitor lounges and the meals like breakfast and lunch, and what other meals are available, like snack time. So if I click on this session, the reason that it's been added to my calendar is because I added it to my calendar because I'm going to be teaching this session. So you bet I'll be there. But this is a great example of going into a full main session. In my case, this is a 100-minute session because it's a workshop. And I can read everything about the session. I can look at the learning objectives, which will always be at the end, and they'll usually be in a bullet point or number format. Like in this case, it says by the end of the session, you'll be able to. And then I can look at the speaker. When I click on the speaker, guess what happens? I can learn more about that speaker. And yes, that's the same me, but this is my bio picture, so it looks much more professional. So this is more about me. And of course, you will also be able to see which sessions I'm teaching or part of. So at Scaling New Heights 2025, I'll be part of 3 separate sessions. So that's a really good way for you not only to look up a session, look what's involved in the session, check out the speaker of that session. You could also see what kind of tags have been assigned to the session. And of course, if you are all in on that session, don't forget to, number 1, click on it to save it. And number 2, go ahead and add it to your calendar just like this. So again, I'm going to add it to my calendar, and now it's in my calendar. So we've covered the home. Let's do it one more time. We've covered the full home, and let's just go down and check out a couple more things. Make it so. That is if you want to go ahead and join the game. This is the app game and the conference game, which essentially means you're going to be earning points. You'll be taking surveys throughout the conference, and then you have featured sessions by either Scaling New Heights, a host, Woodard Events, or by other vendors. So you'll want to click on the featured sessions and see what other information is happening here. Lastly, on the bottom right, let's just make sure you know what each one of these icons are. You have your home icon, which we covered in depth. You have your scheduled icon, which we covered as well. You have your community icon, and this is specifically for exhibitors. So this is for your exhibitors to look at all of the categories of the exhibitors or look at them by list. So by list or by category. And then you have the rest of the community, I would say, which again, these are your people. And then lastly, we're back here on the last right icon, which again, we started with from the beginning. So now you know, you jump into your Make It So app, you start on the far right, you make sure everything looks good in your profile, in your settings, and then you go back to the far left and you take it from there. Hope this was helpful, and you'll be seeing a whole lot of me online and at Scaling New Heights. See you soon. Bye for now.